हरि ओम ओम सच्चिदानंद रूपाय कृष्णाय क्लिष्टकारिणे नमो वेदांत वेद्याय गुरवे बुद्धिसाक्षिणे. So yesterday we were seeing Yudhishthira uvacha kimekam daivatam loke kim vapi ekam parayanam stuvantam kam archantah prapnuyu manavaha shubham. So what is that one God which is accepted in the world? Loke, world, we'll accept like that. Okay. In the world, what is that one God which is accepted and what is that superior state? Parayanam, superior state, the supreme abode. Okay. And worshipping whom and praising, eulogizing whom will I gain? Will the people gain? Manavaha. The people gain auspiciousness. That is what is the first question or four questions. The first of the four questions in the second shloka. Okay. So kim ekam daivatam loke. That's the first question. Kim ekam daivatam loke. Kim is question. So that is why uktam iti seshaha. Uktam, like in the Bhagavan Bhashakara says, uktam iti means kim. What is said? Said where? Loke. Loke means loka is the common word for world. So loke means in the world. Seventh case, in the world. So that is a good meaning. But here it is not said in that sense. Loke, though, may be accepted as a world, but here we are not accepting that meaning. Because the world sometimes, many times, accept different things as a right. And in different periods, different places, different periods, the same thing is accepted as wrong. So we can't trust the world, the worldly knowledge. So keep loke. Loke stems from the root word. The word comes from the root word local ru darshane. Local ru darshane, to see. So drishyate aneneti. Similarly, lokyate aneneti lokah. Through which you see is what is loka means. Pramana. What is that pramana which is said here as loka shastra? The 14 vidya sthanas which we saw earlier in the introduction, that 14 which is said in the as a shloka, angani vedas chatvaro mimamsa nyaya vistarah puranam dharma shastram cha vidya shyetas chaturdasha. These 4 vidya sthanas, 14 vidya sthanas, 4 vedas, 6 vedangas, we have explained that in detail earlier. 6 plus 4 10. Then mimamsa and nyaya shastra 12. Then purana and dharma shastra 14. So these 14 are simply said as a shastra, loka or shastra. So what is said in shastra about what? Ekam daivatam. That's the next. Ekam daivatam. So ekam daivatam. Ekam daivatam. Even for a simpleton who does not understand Sanskrit, even he can understand that they have same or similar case endings. Ekam daivatam. So when you have same case ending, then they are accepted to be adjective, adjectified. Okay. Visheshana visheshya. So if we are going to take ekam as visheshana adjective, then we have to understand what is adjective for. Adjective is used in the sense of itara vyavartaka, to differentiate it from others. So ekam means ekam differentiates the devata. Devata means God. Let us simply put it as that. We'll understand the meaning of devata. Let us go to the devata. Oh, okay. Ekam devatam. God. One God. Meaning there are 2 gods, there are multiple gods, etc. There are different kinds of explanations in the Shastras. One God, then there is 8 Ashtavasu, then there is Ekadasha Rudra, then Dwadasha Aditya, etc. There are different variations. We are not talking about that to use Ekam as an adjective. Ekam is not an adjective. Ekam means Advitiyam, non-dual. That is the meaning of ekam. Ekam is not in the sense of one. Ekam is used in the sense of non-dual. Okay. So Daivatam. What does Daivata mean? Devata, from the root word Divu Prakashane. From the root word Divu Prakashane. Divu Prakashane means to be effulgent. So Divu becomes a Deva. And with that Deva, we have this suffix called Tal. And there is a rule. Twantam klibam talantam striyam. Talantam is used in the sense of feminine case. Devata, feminine, Devata. It's a feminine word. Devata is a feminine word. Can be used in masculine, etc. But feminine word. That is a feminine word. Okay. So, Devata, this Devata, with that, there is another Tadhita suffix which is An. Because of Anna, the day becomes Dai, Daivatam. Daivatam. So we call this Swartha Pratyaya. Swartha Pratyaya means without losing its inherent meaning, it is undergoing the change. Devata, Deva, Devata, Devata. They are all synonyms. With different suffixes, that's all. That's all. So God, the supreme being, Devata. So we said with reference to the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, when Yajnavalkya was asked, what is the Devata? He started with the Trayastrimshat, etc. Then he comes to the final answer, which is a Prano vai eko Devata. Prana is the Devata, Pranam Brahma. And Tyaditi. Pranan is Brahman. In Vayu Radhikarana, in Brahma Sutra, Vayu Radhikarana, Vayu means vital air, the air. Air, Adhikarana, the chapter, the topic of discussion is air. So there, what is the meaning of air? Vayu. There, the conclusion is Vayu, Prana, Pranadhikarana, Vayu, Prana, etc. They are referring to the Brahman. So when you say Prana, the Pranam Brahma, that is said very clearly there. So, Pranaha, Brahma, that is what is that Eka Devata. So, that one Devata is Brahman. We are not talking about the attributed form. We are talking about the unattributed, non-attributed, absolute. Okay. No Devata. Okay. So, from this question, what we understand is in the Shastra, what is that one non-dual self which is explained? What is that is established? Please tell me that. That is the first question. Now, the second question is Kim va api ekam parayanam. Kim va api ekam parayanam. What is that one parayana? What is parayana means? Para means supreme. Ayana means abode. Simple meaning, supreme abode. Ayana is interpreted as a Prapyam Sthanam by Bhagavan Bhashyakara. Prapyam Sthanam means a place that should be gained. Prapyam Sthanam, that should be gained. Prapyam, that should be gained. So, supreme abode. Let us put it as supreme abode. Parayana means supreme abode. So, what is that one non-dual supreme abode? That is explained in Loka Shastra. How supreme it is? Why do you call it supreme abode? Like supreme leader and all. Why this is called a supreme abode? There are greatness to call it supreme abode. It is not general any abode. It is supreme abode because he is giving 7 reasons. The first of the reason is yad ajnaya pravartante sarve. Because of whose ajna everything performs its duty. Ajna, what does ajna mean? Because of whose ajna? What does ajna mean? Ajna means order. Order is not in the sense of tenets. You should, you should, you should. There are no tenets here. There is no order. There is no one to give you order actually. See, though we depict the gods in different forms with all the weapons and all, they are not to threaten the devotee, they are to protect the devotees. So here, the attributed, even the attributed self. Here, we are talking about the non-attributed self. So here, he is not there in a physical form with a stick. No. Then what does that mean? Agnya, order. The mere existence keeps everything in order. That is the idea. He does not need to order you. Mere existence makes everything in order. How is mere existence possible to control everything? Yes. If you had gone to the same school or similar school like me, you will understand. This is a common thing everywhere in the world. Until and unless the teacher is the class teacher is in the room, if that person is in the room, we'll be like quiet. The moment he or she goes out to gossip with the other teacher, then we'll start, and it will be so loud that the next class, the other class will be disturbed. So the teacher has to come in inside again. Immediately, silence, pin drop silence. That is exactly what the mere existence. Or to give you an example, another example, the mere existence of the magnet. The magnet is not inviting the iron filings. It just stays there. The mere existence of the magnet attracts the iron filings. Or the flower, the honey in the flower, it is not sending invitations, SMSs to the honeybees. Honeybees see this, they come. Mere existence makes the honeybee act. Similarly, mere existence of this makes everyone act. That is why Shruti says, Bhishas madvadah pavate bhishodeti surya. I already said this. Because of the fear of which the sun rises, the wind flows, etc. Bhish, and another Shruti says, Bhayadasya agnistapate. Because of the fear of this, fire produces the heat. So everything in the world functions properly because of its mere existence. That is why that is the first greatness. Yet ajnaya, because of whose order is existence. Sarve pravartante, everything functions. Okay. Now, second greatness. Yasmin nirikshite hruday granthir bhidyate. Yasmin nirikshite hruday granthir bhidyate. Seeing which your knots of the heart are cut asunder, untied. What is knot of the heart? Explaining this, the Shruti says, Vidyate hruday granthis chidyante sarvasamshya kshiyante jasya karmani tasmin drushte pravari. That is taken here as a pramana. So, Vidyate hruday granthi. What is the knot of the heart? Not in the worldly sense. We have enough problems which everything which we accepted as not. We are not talking about that. Here the knot is a chit jada granthi. We call it chit jada granthi. The knot of granthi means knot. The knot of chit and jada means the consciousness and inert. The knot of consciousness and inert. Where is this? In us. Because of which not we are not able to differentiate which is consciousness and which is inert. We misunderstand inert for consciousness, and we mistake consciousness for inert. I don't do that. I'm smart. Yes, we see ourselves to be the self. I am smart. Your body or intellect, you think you are. Therefore, you confuse. the I with the body sense organ complex. So that confusion is resolved once for all by seeing what? Parayanam. But it is said Paravara. We already said Paravara and Parayana are same. Parayana means the supreme abode. And Paravara means whatever you see as supreme, great in the world is below this. Therefore, supreme abode. Paravara also is Parayana. We have already established that. Okay. Tasmin drishte, yasmin drishte. So, which is a same. Paravara, Parayana. Now, when you know that the knots of the heart, the Chitjada Granthi, the confusion regarding the self and non-self is removed. Simply put, self and non-self. Consciousness, we can understand as self and non-self. This is what Bhagavan Bhashyakara starts in the beginning of Adhyasa Vashya, the commentary on superimposition in Brahma Sutra. Starts with that. Yushmadasmat pratyay gocharayo vishay vishyono tamah prakashavat viruddha svabhavyo, like that. Meaning, whatever you see as I and you, they have contradictory characteristics. But still, since it has contradictory characteristics, they cannot be seen as one. You cannot confuse one with other. But still, there is a confusion of one with other because of the superimposition of the characteristics of one on the other and the other on the one. The self on non-self and non-self on self. So, this is the idea. This confusion gets resolved. That is what is untying the knot, cutting it asunder. Now, that is done. Second, chidyante sarva samshayaha. All the doubts are completely destroyed, annihilated. Chidyante, they are also removed. But I don't have doubt. What doubt I have? That question itself is a doubt. What doubt I have? That itself is a doubt. So the doubts can be classified as simply two things. One is a prameyagata samshaya, pramanagata samshaya. Prameyagata samshaya means the doubt regarding the object. The second is the doubt regarding the means. At least we can accept there is no doubt regarding the means because we have come to this lecture. We are listening to the lecture. Therefore, the second doubt regarding the means, we don't have. We can say that. Because we know the 14 Vidya Sthanas, the means for knowledge. We know that. So, now we don't have that doubt. If we have accepted that. We have the doubt regarding the self. Prameya, the object of knowledge. What is the doubt? Is the self one or many? There is no question like that. The self is a one. Okay. Is it different from the body or not? It is not body sense organ complex. It's different from the body sense organ complex. Of course. Oh, if it is different from the body sense organ complex, then does it have the doership, experience, etc.? No. Doership, experience, etc. does not exist in the self. Okay. If it is non-doer, non-experiencer, that self, then is it one with the identical with the Brahman? Is Atma identical with the Brahman? Individual self identical with the absolute self? Of course. Okay. Individual and the absolute are one. Fine. Then, do I need only knowledge or do I need also karma along with it? The action. Along with knowledge, should I perform some action? So the doubt is unending. So all these doubts are removed. And kshiyante chasya karmani. All the karmas are also destroyed. Karmas are destroyed. How can the karmas be destroyed? See, avidya, kama, karma. That's the order. Avidya is the cause, because of which the desire comes, because of which the action takes place. So, action presupposes a desire, presupposes ignorance. So, if the ignorance is removed, which is the base for your action, then the action cannot exist. Without the cause, the effect cannot exist. There are two types of cause. One is a material cause, upadana karana, and that other is nimitta karana, instrumental cause. If the instrumental cause is destroyed, the object is not destroyed. But if the material cause is destroyed, the object is destroyed. If you destroy the clay, the pot is destroyed. If the potter dies, the pot is not destroyed. Nothing happens to the pot. Okay, so the material cause for the creation is a ignorance. When ignorance is destroyed, then there can be no karmas. So for this, there is no need for any external actions. Jnana karma samachya, we call it. The combination of a knowledge and karma. No, we don't accept it consecutively or simultaneously or later, one after other. Nothing. Thing is, you have to have performed the karmas to gain the purity of heart called chitta shuddhi. Once that is there, you enter the shastra, and if you have that purity complete, then whatever is taught to you will be understood by you clearly. If not, then you have to perform all this. So when you do that, the karmas, then you understand the teaching as it is taught. So that is the greatness. Then yasya vijnana matrena ananda lakshano moksha prapyate. Vijnana matrena, knowledge alone. He should have said because of by which knowledge you will become liberated. The knowledge of the absolute self, which is of the nature of existence, knowledge, bliss, you will be liberated. He says, he doesn't say that. He says only the knowledge alone. Why should we say that? The karmas have no association with the knowledge. That to establish that matrena alone, you perform karmas. See, rite jnanat namukti. The Shruti says, other than knowledge, without knowledge, there is no liberation. Then jnana devatu kaivalyam. Also another statement, which is only through the knowledge you can gain the liberation. Now, with all this, it is established that you will be liberated if you gain that knowledge. If you don't gain that knowledge, then there is something called karama mukti, which people resort to. Bhagavan Bhashyakara very clear, vehemently negates this. Krama mukti means the liberation in gradation, in order. What does that mean? You will not be liberated here immediately. You will have to go to the world of the creator, whichever form you worship. There he will be teaching you the same Vedanta, and you will be liberated. Some people accept, no. Entering there, that world itself is liberation. That is impossible, because the Shruti says, Kshine punye martya lok vishansi. Once the punya is extinguished, you have to come back. Not just punya, papa also. You cannot stay put in the hell or heaven eternally. There is no possibility. He'll be rotting in the hell eternally. That's all just a statement. That's all. You will not be living eternally in hell or heaven. The worst case scenario is you will be waiting till the position of that ruler. Who is that? Because all these are accepted to be as positions by Vedantins. So if you perform the proper karma, you may also take up that position once. There's a possibility. So we don't want that. That's a different thing. But that's a possibility. So if push comes to shove, that is the only thing you will have to rot or experience till that creator exists. This is a problem. We'll come to that problem later. Okay. So you have to come here. You have to study again. No. If I go there, I can go and study from him directly. Who? The Ishvara. See, the Vedanta does not differentiate between Guru and Ishvara. Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine. Dakshinamurti, one who shines in the form of Guru, Ishvara and Atma. There is absolutely non-duality here. So, even if you go there, you have to study. We said that very clearly. But there also, you have to understand the truth, as he says. There is no guarantee. No. Going there itself is liberation. If you say, then even in that idea, the Vaishnavites accept 5 different kinds of liberation. Salokya, which is you will go and stay in this same world of the Vishnu. Then Samipya, you will approach him, you will be sitting in the first row. That's the difference. Then Sayujya, Samipya, Sayujya, you will be a part of him or serving him in the close quarters, anything like a bangle or something you will be. Then Sarupya, you will take the same form as Vishnu. You will have the same form as Vishnu. Aniruddha, etc. are of similar forms, but they are not Vishnu. They have same forms, but not Vishnu. Then Sarshti, you will become part of him. Oh, that looks great. Yes, it's like being a part of him is not just not being him, part of him, meaning he can discard you at any point of time. You are not him. Therefore, he can see, oh, you are not me. Just get lost. That's a possibility always. So, none of these will be equivalent to liberation, which is free from any sorrow. No, you enter that world, that itself is free from sorrow. No, that cannot, you cannot say that, because Salokya is the first state, which is staying in the same world, but you will be seeing him in the CCTV, not in close quarters, and somebody is serving him in close quarters. You are going to be greedy to go there. You have not performed that good karma, or you will be angry about him. That person, oh, he is going and serving, and I am not able to do it. So there is pain there. Envy, pain, etc. definitely exists there. So that is not a good thing. Anyway, let us forget all those stupidities. Even if you say you go there, what you have to do? You have to study the same thing there. Is there a guarantee that you will understand it as it is there? There is no guarantee. Even if you are taught by the Shiva himself or Vishnu himself, there is no guarantee that you will understand, because you are carrying your mind with you. The one which travels is your mind. The mind exists there also. So you are going to interpret it in all the stupid ways. But Bhagavan is teaching. That's all. Only thing he can do is teach you. He cannot make it a, see, if it is a physical thing, he can tighten some screws and all that, make you understand. But it is not a physical thing. So he has to teach you to make you understand. So that is a problem. Now, even if you don't understand, you will have to wait till that fellow loses his job, gets dissolved, meaning merges with that, and the world shuts down. You have to come back. If you understand, that is more pain. Because even here, if you understand, the Shruti says, Tasya tavadeva chiram yavanna mimokshata sampatsye, he has to wait only till then, till his body doesn't drop. Because until the karma, we call it prarabdha karma, the karma, which is a package for this body sense organ complex, until it exists, you will be there. Once that drops, then you will be relieved from that. You become that Brahma with Brahma Vibhati, one non-dual self. Now, you go there, you gain the knowledge, but you have to wait till your body drops. Your body cannot drop till the fellow who is sitting there, his body drops, meaning the Ishvara, Vishnu or Shiva, whoever it is. Now, you will be, when is going to die? or should I go and kill him? All these confusions will be there. So we are not going to get into those confusions. We don't want those confusions in Krama Mukti, in gradual liberation. We are talking about a immediate release, Jivan Mukti, liberation while alive. Okay, so that is why he says Vijnana Matrena. Just the knowledge is enough. If you are not done the proper karmas earlier, then you have to perform the karmas. Enough karmas. That is why people who take sannyasa, giving up all the karmas, they take up karmas. They search for a guru to get initiated into some mantras, because they have not performed before the sannyasa. Their the desire for performing is not gone, so they will perform after the sannyasa. Now here, if you have gained it, then the moment the guru teaches Tattvamasi, then the game is over. But still, if you are not ready, then you have to perform the inquiry. But inquiry is karma? No, inquiry is not karma. Inquiry into the truth yourself is not karma. Karma is something which is to gain other than you. Anything other than you, if you are trying to gain that karma is. If you are going to inquire about your own inherent nature, then that is not in the karma portion. That is knowledge. Inquiry is knowledge here. Okay, so you have to do the inquiry and understand. So that is why Vijnana Matrena, the knowledge alone liberates you, nothing else. So how do you know this? It is said, Brahma Vida Apnoti Param Tadesha Bhyukta Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Brahma Vida Apnoti Param. The knower of self gains the self, understands the self. What kind of self? Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. The Brahman, which is a existence, knowledge, bliss. And in the same Taittiriya Upanishad, the third chapter, the disciple, son, goes to the father, guru, and asks, Adhihi Bhagavo Brahmeti, please teach me the Brahman. Then he teaches what it is. Then he goes on inquiring it and comes back, returns back again and again. And once he understands, Anandam Brahmeti Vyajanat, he understood Anandam is Brahman. Brahman is absolute bliss. The self is absolute bliss. I am bliss. He doesn't come back. So the inquiry needs to be done to gain that liberation, whether here or there. So for that we need Chitta Shuddhi, purity of heart, which is gained only through the karmas. So we need to perform karmas strongly to gain this purity of heart, to gain the knowledge quickly. We'll see this. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.